you know, might as well just go, might as well just walk, might as well just walk around with that everywhere. Who needs small that when you got a Barracuda 2 terabytes, 72,000? We're talking about storage for your photography, your video, your photos. Improve storage in photography. Now this can be a multitude of things. You can improve the storage you use on your memory cards. However, I'm looking more along the lines of actual drives. So this is 160 gigabyte, 72,000 RPM. I have an old hard drive, the standard size laptop ones, is that like 5 point something inch or something, and that's from my old first, second, third computer server. And then we moved from that to a docking station. I used to use, or I still use, a dock. What that means is it's basically a dock like that. It's a big square and you just stick your drives in there. So if you have a computer and you store loads of files, you can simply stick in on a drive and back everything up and take the drive out and go off site with it. So the ideal thing is you have a computer backup, you have a cloud backup if you decide to put it on the cloud being like online, and then you can have a physical one off site. So that means you've got a few backups of your data. However, I also have a mini laptop size hard drive in an enclosure, and that also stores, so this is like 2 terabytes. However, today we're doing something a bit interesting. We're going to be upgrading the good old laptop hard drive. So what that means is, on the go, there's a few ways you can do this. You can either put a drive into the computer physically. You could get a lead, plug a hard drive in and stick it in the back with a bit of Velcro, so you've got an external drive. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet. We'll see how we decide to do it and what works out, and you know, whatever we'll take it on the flow. So again, we're gonna basically explain the process and say what I thought about when I was buying the drives, why I picked this particular drive. Crucial by Micron. It's a P1 NVMe drive, a solid state drive, which is what SSD stands for. These are the smaller drives. They're more like, they look like RAM sticks, so you might not be familiar with these sizes. So when it comes to external hard drives, there's a few things you want to think about, and how those work is you want high speeds, you want quick speeds. Nobody likes waiting for transferring of data. So what I've got here is an enclosure. This is basically an enclosure to allow you to get USB type C or type C to normal USB, as in 3.1 or something they call it. However, the main thing I'm interested in is actually the enclosure, which is very small compared to hard drives that you're used to seeing, and it can be a nice size for portability. So here bees the little option. Get rid of that. We've got a little screw. We can take the enclosure out as such. We could put in our drive into here, which I have here. It's a 1 terabyte, and you basically slot it in, and you could just, it's basically going to be a hard drive. We are going to put make sure it's fully secured there, and put it back into its enclosure. Make sure it's the right way. You can see that there. And what that allows you to do is it becomes an external drive that you can use via either plugging in type C into here, make it into a USB, so that can go into your laptop if you have an older laptop. If you have a type C in your newer computer, you can put the type C cable in and type C it. So now I've basically got a 1 terabyte drive here that I can use. How amazing is that? Very lightweight, very small, fits in your pocket. Let's have a closer look at it. Look at that. Look at the thinness, right? Compared to the thing I used to carry around. Look at that big thing there. And look at that. We've come a long way, people. But I'm showing you how I'm doing mine for information purposes. Yep, so once you've taken the screws out, you can simply lift away at this. Now, what I normally do is keep an eye out where the screws are, because they sometimes stay in here. Because some of them have, where we've got one up there, we've got one there. I'm checking the case basically. What was that? So speaking of files, here's a joke. What do you call a high school computer science teacher who sleeps with her students? Oh no, did you just drop that? I can't say that. This is a PG show, so I have to be careful with all the jokes. Okay, we're gonna have to makeshift pliers this. So will that work? Gonna be spinning up and wasting battery power. So that is our old hard drive. Oh my god, that's old. Okay, so we can get rid of that, and now we've got empty slot, which basically means the laptop's going to be lighter. So we need to put that somewhere safe. I'm going to recover what's on there. Okay, and NVMe wise, this is where our NVMe would go, in that slot there. So there's a screw holding it in place. You take the screw out and you can put your other one in there and you're good to go. So that is how you would upgrade your laptop. If you were upgrading your laptop, the enclosure might be a better option for you. If you're not too tech savvy and you don't want to open up your laptop, you could put it inside one of these. I haven't screwed it in, but you should screw it in basically. And then wait, make sure it's the right way. There. So that would be like a safer way of doing it if you don't want to open up your whole computer.